Today I want to talk to you guys about friends. Specifically, my best friend, Nish. Now, some of you guys may know Nish from the Barely Indian podcast that we did on this channel for about 14 or so episodes. Welcome to episode 1 of the Barely Indian podcast. You're laughing. They're going to see this.
I feel like this is good that I'm laughing. It's genuine.
That's true. Okay. We'll
do
do it again. We started it while we were both working from home, and really it just started to give a voice to Indians that grew up in America. I don't know how many of you guys actually followed that podcast, but for those of you that did, you'll remember that on the very first episode of the podcast, we talked about how there was so much pressure as an Indian grown up in America to be excellent. Take even like high school, okay? Did the other kids were they not like, oh, look at Nish, like he's going to be the best in this math class, so we're going to go get help from him?
They didn't say that because I was the best.
What'd you get on your ACT?
Dude, I don't want to talk about it. I made like a 30-something on the math and sciences.
Okay, what
my
overall,
reading was...
You put your sister on blast. What'd you make on the ACT?
I wasn't even putting my sister on blast. I was just letting you know. Like, shit, my parents were like, hey, Rubio is 28. You need to do the same thing. So I was
and
like,
what did you get? And what did you
I'm going to preface. I think I made like a 35 on the math. Like a
Whoa,
a 34.
Hold up. You just said 30-something, and then that became a 35?
Shut your face. Like a 35 on the math, like a 34 on the science. Homeboy made an 18 in the reading.
Oh my God.
And then like a 20, like a low 20 in the English section. So like overall, I think I made like a 25. That 18, man, just destroyed me.
Oh my God, dude. But how did Nish and I get to starting our own podcast? How did we get to that point in our friendship? Well, to talk about that, we got to rewind the clock a little bit. It's actually a lot simpler than you would think. See, Nish and I were college roommates. We lived in a 3-bedroom apartment, and we literally did everything together. We cooked, studied, watched the first season of Stranger Things until we got bored of it and quit. Everything. But it wasn't just the two of us. Barb was there too, and it wasn't just because she and I were dating, because we weren't at the time, but the three of us were like the Three Musketeers. We literally did everything together. It was super common for Barb to come over and hang out with us and just play card games until 3 a.m. on a weeknight. And then when she and I finally did start dating, she basically moved in along with our other roommate and his girlfriend at the time. So there were 5 of us living in this 3-bedroom apartment, and we were all basically inseparable. But don't take my word for it. Let's go ask her. Barb. Come on. Hey. Could you tell me how you met Nish?
I don't remember how I met Nish, but I would say it was probably at a soccer game. I think maybe the both of you came to my soccer game. Is that right?
Jerome here. Yes, I think that is correct.
I honestly don't remember like meeting Nish for the first time or even what our first conversations were at all, because I don't know, I feel like from the moment I met Nish, I felt like he was, you know how some people believe that like there was like a past life where you were something else, or you like connected with someone in that past life, so then when you meet them again, it feels like you picked up from that past life like that. I don't know, you guys just connect immediately. That's my feelings that I had with Nish. I felt like I had met him in a past life and that we were just reconnected again. And that's how I feel.
So, follow-up question. If you had to describe Nish in just like a sentence, how'd you describe him?
I think Nish is one of those people that is supportive no matter what, while simultaneously roasting out of you. Does that make sense? Nish is one of those people that, like, no matter how unbelievable it might seem to be able to get, like, whatever it is you want to do, like, done, Nish will always be there to support you, but he will also be there to make fun of you the whole time. Like you're like, hey, I want to go to school again. I want to get my MBA. Nish is like, yeah, that's a great idea, and here's why it's a great idea, but also you are dumb because you're like, you got this whole 4 years engineering degree, and now you're doing this. Like, it might be a good idea, but also I think you're stupid. And you can say that's not true. Also the kindest human being that I've ever met, and one that will let me hang all over him and not say too many mean things to me.
I was watching a video earlier today where they were like ranking different fast food soups. They were doing like Wendy's chili and like...
That's not even soup. That's chili. How you get... Chili and soup is not the same thing.
Chili kind of like
chili,
a soup.
No, chili is chili. All right, this is what we're talking about today. Chili is chili. Soup is soup. You don't call chicken noodle chili because it's soup. Chili is its own separate thing. It's not a soup.
That's questionable.
You're dumb.
I think that's debatable.
You're literally dumb. How'd you get into MBA school? Get Barb. Get Barb.
If it's
no,
Barb, it's chili soup.
No.
Ha!
No.
Suck it.
Bye. I'll see you later. Wait, I just realized that I never actually told you guys how we actually met. So to do that, we gotta rewind a little bit more. So I actually first ever met Nish through one of my good friends from high school, Marcus.
We're about to go on a little trip.
And I can't remember the exact time that Nish and I met for the first time ever, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of Marcus brought him to a party of some sort with him, and we just got to know each other, and I was like, yo, this guy is really cool. And then the three of us decided to be roommates together, and that was that. When did you meet Nish for the first time?
I met Nish in college.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, we're just going to say year 3 of college because it took me 5 years. We were in a class together. I think we sat next to each other and then started studying together in that class, and then just like almost immediately had a connection. Him and I would say, are pretty similar in the way that we acted, and like our goofiness level was pretty much the same. Further down the line, we decided, hey, let's all live together and see how that goes. We all lived together at Quarry Trail, so it was like 3 of us on the lease, but like 5 of us lived there, which was a good time.
It was. But okay, so if you could describe Nish in just like one sentence, how would you describe him?
Honestly, I would describe him as caring, funny. I guess as a person, you weren't sure what you're gonna get whenever you're around them.
That's true.
Some days he's like super bubbly and wanting to like do and go everywhere, and then some days he's like, I just want to sit here and do nothing.
All I'm saying is Northern Indians produce more doctors and engineers. What do you guys have?
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because everyone knows Patel is like Dr. Patel. What do you like? No one says like Dr. Voss. Oh, I know who that is. Like, no, get the heck out of here.
Yeah, but the only reason there's so many Dr. Patels is because there's just like out of the billion people in India, like 500,000 are Patels.
Out of the billion, 500,000, less than 500,000 out of the billion
are
Patels.
Oops.
Yeah, you idiot. This is why you're not a doctor.
500 million. 500 million.
You can't even do simple math.
There are just a lot of Patels, okay? That was my point.
A lot of successful Patels.
Okay, what happened to you?
What happened to me? My sister's a doctor. I take pride in having a sister who's a doctor. I'm basically Like I'm just like by my last name. If I want to be like, yeah, I'm a doctor, no one's gonna question me. I can be like, yeah, I'm Dr. Patel. I can put on a white coat. No one's gonna say anything. You put on a white coat, they're gonna be like, I don't know about this kid.
And for those of you who haven't been following the channel very closely, Nish actually passed away in February of 2021. This is officially the final episode of the Barely Indian podcast. The last episode was on February 26th. On that day, I got a phone call that Nish had been in a pretty bad snowboarding accident. Before I even really had time to do or think anything, I got a second phone call telling me that he had passed away. And over the past 10 months, I've really thought about how I can keep his legacy going and what I can really do. What I've realized over the last 10 months is that the best way to honor his memory is just to live life the way that he would have. And to be with the people that he loved the most. That's why I'm making this video right now. That's why we're in Nashville right now, is to just be with the people that he loved. This right here is Snow. Snow was another one of Nish's closest friends from college, but I'm not sure why I'm telling you this. Let's just ask her directly. All right, so tell me how you met Nish.
Nish was my friend's roommate. I lived on the 4th floor and they lived in like the bachelor pad suite. The first time I met him, he was playing Dota. And I used to tease him and say he was playing Dungeons and Dragons. And he didn't like that very much. Yeah, that's how we met. And
how would you describe like your friendship? And I guess just him in general.
Well, our friendship was giving each other a lot of crap. We would joke around all the time. But if I had to, I guess, sum up, like Nish, he was down for anything. I mean, he would have an idea in his head and he's like, let's go do it. Or you could say anything and it'd be the dumbest idea and he'd be totally down to do it. So.
And if you believe in brothers from another mother, you've got Abe. He and Nish are literally the exact same person. Everything from their humor to the way they talk, it's quite literally identical. Well, in all ways but the one major, very obvious way, which is that Abe is clearly slightly taller than Nish.
I first met Nisha our freshman year of college. We did an Ignite program where we moved into the campus a week early, and I got there a few hours before him, and so did his roommate, Parker. And Parker asked me, hey, can you tell how to pronounce this guy's name? It's spelled Nisarg. And neither he nor I could come up with an answer that we both thought was right, and so I was like, whatever, man, we'll just give him a nickname, we'll call him Sarge. A few hours later, Nishug showed up and introduced himself and said, hey, I'm Nishug. And I thought, it's not gonna work. Anyway, we quickly became very close friends, and one of my favorite memories with him was the first Thanksgiving that I spent in college. I asked him to come back to my house with me because he wasn't going home for the weekend. And he asked if I was sure that I wanted to do that, and I said, absolutely, man, my family would love to have you, it's gonna be great. So we get back to the house, and my dad introduces himself, and he opens with, hey, can I guess where you're from based on your accent? And I was mortified that my friend is gonna hate being over here, and he indulged my dad and said, sure. My dad guessed India, of course, and Nishig acted like he was impressed. And the rest of the weekend was awesome. And then when we were leaving, my mom pulled me to the side and said, I really like him. I think he's going to be a friend that you have for the rest of your life. And she was absolutely right.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Barely Indian podcast with your boy, Jay Easy and Brown Sugar. Hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, all of the holidays around this time of year. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
You could have said Happy Holidays, but instead you said Merry Kwanzaa.
I don't know what you say with Kwanzaa. I'm not Kwanzan.
Okay, tell me, what do you think Kwanzaa is?
Why you gotta do this? I don't know. Is it Jewish?
No, the Jewish holiday is Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, that one's Hanukkah. Why didn't you forget? We didn't do that one. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
You did. You literally said Happy Hanukkah. That was the second thing you said after Merry Christmas. Yeah. What else would you have said? What other? I'm sure there's a ton of holidays, but what else would you have said?
Is there like a Rwanda one?
Oh my God, no, that's the country where the genocide happened.
Well, no, I know that, but like I feel like there's one that's like, I don't know, bro. All right, Mr. Genius, what is Kwanzaa then?
Oh, I have no idea. I just wanted to see what
Screw
you would
you.
say.
Screw you, dude.
What I've realized over the past 10 months that I've just been mad at the world is that death doesn't have to put us in a cage. Throughout this video, look at all of the relationships that Nish has helped build. Nish literally brought all of us together when he was here with us, and he's bringing us even closer together now that he's gone. So this video is dedicated to you, Nish. I love you, man.
Okay, I'm a little less livid than I thought it would be. I'm still pretty pissed off. So unsatisfied. Wall streamers don't buy.